Hello, my name is Afia Lusu, and I'm the executive producer of CBS News New York's morning show. I also have a second title, and I'll share that with you a little bit later. Now, on the count of three, I want the room to listen to what comes next. Count with me. One, two, three. Dead silence. That silence is the sound of you becoming a better leader. Leading louder means making the strategic shift to mute yourself as a leader. Today, I'll highlight some key points that I learned from the Leadership Academy that helped me make the shift to leading louder: self awareness, executive brand, strategic silence, and scaled impact. The first thing Kathy Times made us do is sit with our Myers Briggs assessment. I am an ESFJ. If you know the type, you know that means I like to organize things for fun. Like everything in my house is alphabetized. My instinct in any room is to grab the wheel. After speaking with Kathy, I understood the lesson wasn't to suppress the instinct, it was to redirect it. Instead of running the room, I needed to build the room so that other people can run it. Here's why this framework hit home for me. A year ago, I lost my job as the director of news and local content at WCIU in Chicago when they folded their news division. For the first time in 20 years, I had a job hunt, and I had never filled out an application before. I was hit with the hard truth. The GMs and news directors who knew my work had retired or moved on. And these new managers, they didn't know me. They didn't know me. And that's because the moment I got successful, I stopped networking. When I posted on LinkedIn that I lost my job, people that I had built real capital with made calls on my behalf. Before I even asked, they set up lunches and they got me in the room. I realized I needed to stop using LinkedIn as a business card and start using it as a living reel for my work. I also learned a valuable lesson. The leaders who invest in people before the crisis are the ones who show up during the crisis. This is the piece that I realized I was already living. I just didn't have the language for it. My new team was scared to try new things. They were worried about how the talent would react. They were worried about what management would say. They were operating from a place of fear. I told them, pitch the bold ideas, take the risks, run it your way. If it doesn't land and somebody upstairs isn't happy about it, that phone call comes to me, not you. I protected the space so that they could be brave in it. If your team only feels safe taking risks when things go well, you haven't actually given them safety. You've given them a loophole. Through the Leadership Academy, I was connected with Richard Dreyer from WUSA 9 in Washington, D.C. He challenged me to find three words that others would describe how I run my team. I chose inform, clarity, and care. Now, this isn't corporate wallpaper. It's the thing I check myself against. Am I running with clarity and care? And am I turning my team into confident decision makers? Or am I just managing? The message is show people the why, not the what. Build trust on a normal Tuesday, not in the middle of a crisis. Now, the hardest place I've had to apply this lesson isn't with my team. It's with the certain someone who's not on my team. You know the type, the passive aggressive comment, the attitude for no reason, the energy of someone who's decided today is a bad day and they want company. I call them my newsroom nemesis. Old me matched that energy. What reframed it for me was a lot of therapy and a few good mentors. Muting isn't just empowering the people I lead, it's for not empowering the person trying to knock me off my game. The second I let a dysregulated person set my tone, I've handed the room to them. So now I mute myself instead. I pause, I count to 10, I let them sit in the silence of their crazy. Then I respond with a strategic question. I recognize that you see this as a problem. How do you plan on handling it? That forces them to refrain how they're thinking. And sometimes I just reschedule the meeting. Here's the practical stuff the Leadership Academy had me doing after that first month. In meetings, opening with problem and sitting down and letting the room debate it first. In debrief, I stopped telling people how they did. Instead, I asked, where did you feel most empowered today? The biggest reframe that the Academy gave me, when you meet the need to be the smartest person in the room, you find out the room is smarter than you thought. Psychological safety, ownership culture, a leadership pipeline, that's actually building itself. It's not the soft stuff. That's succession planning. I want to leave you with this. The job loss, the tough team calls, the difficult coworkers, none of that is separate from leadership. That is leadership. And that's the other title I promised you at the top. Executive producer is what's on my badge, but strategic leader, that's the one I carry every day. Every time I resist the urge to fill the silence, I'm making room for someone else to find their voice. Silence is loud, so go empower someone to speak. Thank you.